In Permission to Feel, Mark Brackett presents a transformative perspective on emotions, arguing that they are not just fleeting feelings to be managed or suppressed, but rather vital sources of information about our inner lives and the world around us. Emotions, he explains, serve as a kind of internal compass, offering valuable insights into our needs, desires, and reactions to external events. When we understand and interpret our emotions correctly, we unlock a deeper awareness of ourselves and our environment, empowering us to make more informed, balanced decisions. For Brackett, emotions act as both signals and guides. They inform us about what is happening within us and prompt us to take action. These signals, however, are not always obvious or easy to decode. Often, we may feel overwhelmed by our emotions or fail to recognize them altogether, leading to decisions driven by impulses or misconceptions. By honing our ability to identify and interpret these emotional signals, we become more capable of responding thoughtfully to life's challenges. This shift in perspective is crucial. Emotions are often dismissed as inconvenient or disruptive forces. Yet, when we recognize them as critical data points, clues about what we value, what we fear, and what we need, we can approach them with curiosity rather than avoidance. This mindset opens the door to emotional intelligence, where emotions are no longer seen as obstacles but as tools that enable us to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and confidence. In essence, Brackett suggests that emotions are an integral part of human intelligence, enriching our decision-making processes and guiding us toward more authentic, fulfilling lives. When we give ourselves permission to feel, we invite a deeper connection with our emotional selves and the wisdom they offer. Mark Brackett's ruler framework is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence, developed through years of research at Yale University. Ruler provides a structured, practical approach to understanding and managing emotions, designed to foster emotional literacy in both individuals and communities. The framework consists of 5 essential components, each of which plays a pivotal role in emotional intelligence development. Recognize. The first step in the ruler process involves recognizing emotions, both within oneself and in others. This foundational skill requires a keen awareness of one's emotional state and the ability to detect emotional cues in others, which may be expressed through facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, or even the underlying energy in a conversation. Developing recognition skills helps individuals become more attuned to their emotional landscape, enabling them to notice how emotions impact their thoughts, behaviors, and interactions. Understand. Once emotions are recognized, the next step is to understand their underlying causes and potential consequences. This involves asking questions like, "Why am I feeling this way?" and "What triggered this emotion?" Understanding the root causes of our emotions allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Additionally, it helps us predict how emotions can shape future outcomes, whether in a personal relationship, a work scenario, or even in broader social contexts. Accurately labeling emotions enhances clarity and precision in emotional expression. Often, we experience complex or mixed feelings, and the ability to name these emotions is a critical step in gaining insight into them. The label not only identifies the emotion but also allows us to create a shared language with others, improving communication and fostering deeper emotional connections. For example, labeling an emotion as frustration rather than anger can significantly alter the way we address and resolve the situation. Express. Emotional expression is the act of communicating our emotions in ways that are appropriate and effective for the context. This step goes beyond mere words. It includes tone, body language, and timing. Expressing emotions in a healthy, authentic manner not only clarifies our emotional state but also allows others to understand and empathize with us. Mastering emotional expression is essential for building trust, resolving conflicts, and fostering positive social interactions. However, Brackett stresses that expression should be done in a manner that is respectful and mindful of the emotions of others, promoting constructive dialogue. Regulate. The final component of the ruler framework involves the ability to regulate emotions in order to achieve desired outcomes. Emotional regulation does not mean suppressing or ignoring emotions, but rather managing them in a way that aligns with our goals and values. This includes strategies for calming oneself when upset, reframing negative thoughts, or choosing healthier coping mechanisms in stressful situations. Emotional regulation allows us to respond to emotions with resilience and control, preventing them from overwhelming us or dictating our actions in unproductive ways. The ruler framework is not just theoretical, it is a practical tool that can be integrated into everyday life, from educational settings to workplaces to personal relationships. By developing emotional intelligence through these 5 steps, individuals can enhance their overall well-being, improve their decision-making, and cultivate stronger, more empathetic connections with others. The mood meter is a key tool within the ruler framework, offering a simple yet powerful method for understanding and managing emotions. Created by Mark Brackett and his colleagues at Yale, this tool helps individuals categorize their emotions along 2 key dimensions: energy and pleasantness. By plotting emotions on this grid, individuals gain insight into the intensity and quality of their emotional experiences, fostering a deeper awareness of how they are feeling in the present moment. The mood meter is divided into 4 quadrants, each representing a different range of emotional states. High energy, pleasant. This quadrant represents emotions like joy, excitement, and enthusiasm. These are the highs of our emotional spectrum, states that energize us and inspire action. People in this quadrant might feel motivated, creative, or optimistic. By identifying when we're in this quadrant, we can harness these positive emotions to propel us toward our goals, making use of their high energy for productivity and connection. High energy, unpleasant. Emotions in this quadrant, such as anger, anxiety, or frustration, are intense and often lead to heightened states of alertness. While these feelings are uncomfortable, they are not without purpose. They can serve as signals of potential threats or unmet needs. The mood meter encourages individuals to acknowledge these emotions without judgment, allowing for a thoughtful response that can prevent impulsive or destructive behavior. Recognizing when we are in this quadrant helps us regulate and reframe our emotional states to prevent escalation. Low energy, pleasant. Emotions such as calm, contentment, and serenity fall into this quadrant. These are low-energy emotions that contribute to a sense of peace and well-being. Though less intense than the emotions in the first quadrant, they are essential for relaxation and rejuvenation. Identifying these moments allows individuals to embrace states of mindfulness and rest, helping to balance out the more high-energy, fast-paced moments of life. This quadrant encourages individuals to slow down and savor the simple pleasures of life. Low energy, unpleasant. This quadrant includes emotions like sadness, boredom, and disappointment. These are often seen as the negative or unwanted feelings, but they too have value. While they can feel heavy and draining, these emotions often signal a need for rest, reflection, or change. Acknowledging when we are in this quadrant allows us to address our emotional needs without judgment, whether that means seeking support, resting, or taking time to process grief or loss. The true power of the mood meter lies in its ability to enhance emotional awareness and regulation. By learning to recognize where we are on the grid, we can better understand the underlying causes of our emotions and take steps to manage them more effectively. Whether it's adjusting our mindset to shift into a more positive state or finding ways to cope with unpleasant emotions, the mood meter encourages self-reflection and emotional intelligence. Additionally, the mood meter isn't just an individual tool, it can be used in schools, workplaces, and families to create a shared language around emotions. In these settings, the tool fosters an environment where emotional expression is normalized, and individuals can work together to regulate their emotions in a supportive and empathetic way. In summary, the mood meter offers a clear and practical method for mapping emotional experiences, allowing individuals to gain insight into their emotional lives and regulate their feelings more consciously. By using this tool, we can make informed choices about how we want to respond to our emotions and navigate life's challenges with greater emotional intelligence. Mark Brackett emphasizes the profound impact that emotional expression has on building and maintaining strong, healthy relationships. He argues that expressing emotions authentically is not only essential for personal well-being but also for creating deeper connections with others. Far from being a weakness or something to be avoided, emotional expression is a key ingredient in fostering trust, understanding, and empathy in relationships. One of the core ideas in Permission to Feel is that emotions, when expressed openly and appropriately, become bridges rather than barriers between individuals. When we allow ourselves to express our feelings, whether joy, sadness, frustration, or vulnerability, we invite others to do the same. This mutual exchange creates an environment where people feel safe to be themselves, and where emotional connection can flourish. Brackett also underscores the importance of emotional honesty. Suppressing or hiding emotions, he explains, often leads to negative psychological and physical outcomes. Bottling up emotions like anger, fear, or sadness can cause stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues over time. The act of suppressing emotions creates an internal disconnect, making it harder to understand what we truly need or want. When we are unable to express ourselves, we may experience confusion, frustration, and a sense of isolation. On the other hand, when emotions are expressed in a healthy and regulated way, they become tools for growth and communication. Brackett suggests that emotional expression allows us to manage conflict more effectively, as it encourages us to communicate our needs clearly and empathetically. For instance, expressing anger constructively doesn't mean lashing out but rather articulating why we are upset and what we need to feel heard and respected. This approach not only addresses the issue at hand but also strengthens the relationship by fostering mutual respect and understanding. In romantic relationships, friendships, and even professional settings, emotional expression is critical for long-term success. Partners who are able to express their feelings openly tend to experience greater intimacy and satisfaction. Similarly, in the workplace, teams that encourage emotional expression are more collaborative and resilient. When colleagues feel they can express their frustrations, concerns, or excitement, it fosters a more supportive and cohesive work environment. The ability to communicate emotions, Brackett notes, is directly linked to improved problem-solving, teamwork, and overall performance. Moreover, Brackett emphasizes that emotional expression is not just about the words we speak, it also involves body language, tone, and timing. Sometimes, a simple gesture, like a comforting touch or a reassuring smile, can communicate a deep emotional connection that words cannot fully express. Understanding the full spectrum of emotional expression, including nonverbal cues, allows individuals to connect with others on a deeper, more authentic level. In summary, Brackett advocates for an emotional culture where expression is not just tolerated but valued as an essential part of healthy relationships. He suggests that by embracing emotional expression, individuals can cultivate richer, more meaningful connections that contribute to emotional well-being, stronger interpersonal bonds, and better overall health. Instead of fearing emotions or trying to suppress them, we should learn to express them constructively, using them as tools for deeper understanding and connection. One of the most compelling aspects of Permission to Feel is its universal applicability across different spheres of life. Mark Brackett's work emphasizes that emotional intelligence is not confined to any single setting or group of people. Instead, it serves as a foundational skill that can enhance outcomes in multiple domains, from family dynamics to educational settings to workplaces. Brackett argues that by integrating emotional intelligence into daily practices, we can foster healthier, more effective environments and improve well-being at large. At home, promoting emotional co-regulation in families. In the home, emotional intelligence is key to creating an emotionally safe environment where all members can express themselves openly and be understood. Brackett highlights that families that practice emotional co-regulation, where emotions are managed together as a unit, are better able to navigate challenges, conflicts, and transitions. When parents model emotional recognition, expression, and regulation, they set an example for children to follow. This not only helps children develop their own emotional literacy but also strengthens family bonds, promoting empathy and mutual support. By recognizing the importance of emotions within family life, families can create spaces where vulnerability is respected and communication thrives. In schools, enhancing academic and social outcomes in educational settings, principles of emotional intelligence can transform the way students engage with their learning and peers. Schools that integrate emotional learning into their curricula help students develop essential skills for managing stress, resolving conflicts, and fostering collaboration. Emotional intelligence in students is linked to improved academic performance, as emotional regulation enhances focus, motivation, and resilience in the face of setbacks. Moreover, social emotional learning helps create a positive school climate where students feel safe, valued, and understood, reducing incidents of bullying and promoting inclusivity. Advocates for a systematic approach to emotional education in schools, noting that when students are taught how to identify and manage their emotions, they become better learners, friends, and future leaders. In the workplace, cultivating emotionally intelligent leadership work also extends to the workplace, where emotional intelligence plays a pivotal role in leadership, team dynamics, and organizational culture. Emotionally intelligent leaders are better equipped to inspire trust, navigate complex situations, and foster collaboration among their teams. By recognizing and responding to the emotional needs of their employees, leaders can create work environments that are both productive and emotionally supportive. Emotional intelligence in the workplace helps leaders manage their own emotions under pressure, resolve conflicts with sensitivity, and communicate effectively across diverse teams. Emphasizes that organizations that cultivate emotional intelligence at all levels of their workforce tend to have higher employee satisfaction, better job performance, and more resilient organizational cultures. By emphasizing emotional intelligence across these various domains, at home, in schools, and in the workplace, shows how essential it is for fostering positive, healthy environments where individuals can thrive. He argues that emotional intelligence is not just an individual skill but a collective one, where the emotional climate of a group can significantly influence the success and well-being of all its members. Whether it's creating supportive family dynamics, improving student outcomes, or building a productive workplace, emotional intelligence provides the tools necessary to enhance personal and collective growth. In short, Permission to Feel champions the idea that emotional intelligence is a fundamental skill that transcends all areas of life, with the potential to improve not only individual lives but also entire communities, organizations, and societies. By incorporating emotional intelligence into everyday practices, we move toward a more compassionate, empathetic, and effective world. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on emotional intelligence and personal growth. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.